Welcome everyone. Sorry today I look like a hobo, but I just woke up and I have a video to make. Today we're gonna talk about the Earthbreaker ring and how it is positively bugged and a couple of builds that you can make around it. First though, I wanna show you one thing. This is gonna be a Lightning Storm build. Before we talk about the Earthbreaker and the positive bugs it has, we need to talk about one of our keystone passives, Nature's Fury, and how it is interacting with Lightning Storm differently than you would expect. Now, I'm gonna cast for you Landslide, I'm gonna activate Lightning Storm. You're gonna see what happens with it. See how those Lightning Storms are going off? That was only from one cast of Landslide. Let me proc it again, there we go. That's just one cast of Landslide. Now, this makes so that Lightning Storm is an attractive skill to use with Nature's Fury, because one cast, one proc means a ton of lightnings with it. I don't know why this is happening, I don't know why they decided to go that way, but this makes Lightning Storm a little bit better than you'd expect. The problem with Lightning Storm is that in this season, for a skill to be viable, it has to use two things for us. Not Ancestral Guidance, it has to use Thunderstruck. It has to use Thunderstruck, but also at the same time, it has to have a good tempering, right? You know how Tornado can cast twice, Wind Shear can cast twice, but Lightning Storm only has duration as a tempering. Where is good tempering here? So this is the Wind Shear tempering, it goes for over 100% easily in this case, and as you can see, that will double your damage. Lightning Storm has duration, which is completely useless. So this brings us back to, okay, so how do we make Lightning Storm viable? Well, there are some bugs with the Earthbreaker ring, which gives Lightning Storm a better tempering. Normally, Landslide, or in casting Landslide, does not proc Nature's Fury with without the use of Earthbreaker ring. So the extra pillars from my Landslide, so there is a couple of options for extra pillars. The first of all is the one you take on your skill tree. You get extra pillars from this passive here, Raging Landslide, and also you can get extra pillars from your tempering. And now you kind of see understanding where I'm going. On top of that, you can also get extra pillars by casting Poison Creeper with the subterranean aspect, which adds more Landslide cast to it. This usually does not proc Nature's Fury though. So adding more, there's always gonna be only one cast, one proc of Nature's Fury, no matter how many pillars I do with this, it doesn't work, right? As you can see, there's only gonna be one cast of Nature's Fury. But when Earthbreaker is added to the mix, those extra pillars from the tempering, those extra pillars from Poison Creeper, and the extra pillars from Raging Landslide, and even Aftershock, which is again Landslide Earth pillars, strike a second time. If you take it off, it will only cast one set of Landslides. These now proc Nature's Fury, which means that you get a fuck ton metric of procs. So now I'm gonna give you an example with the full items on. This is more or less what you're gonna see. It's pretty impressive. Now I've not crafted my gear. I've not added damage to the build yet. Still done over 90 without upgrading my gear. I did do some random +8, but I have like damage to distant and I'm a close target build. Anyway, now you understand where this is coming from. So I can cast a million Lightning Storms that for some reason are lasting longer than they should. It's multiple cast. The Earthbreaker ring allows for Nature's Fury to proc multiple times from random pillars, which fixes the issue of Thunderstorm not having a good tempering, and that's good. The first thing I did with this build was fix the defenses issues of the build. I'm not gonna show you everything I've done yet, but The defensive issues of the build have been fixed. And now I have to see about the damage, right? I have to see what is the most ideal way to scale damage. I have a spreadsheet with a lot of information that I can link. I'm starting to build up what works, what's bugged, what not. So a couple of interesting and positive bugs about the build is, for example, do I have the Lightning Dancer aspect? I have a Lightning Dancer here. So this is the Lightning Dancer aspect. I'm gonna show you with multiple target enemies. This build actually has higher single target damage than AoE target. So look at how many Lightning Dancer you're proccing. One of the way to scale the damage of this build is actually to add the Lightning Dancer to the mix. But I find that to be not ideal. We're gonna talk about that. But there is a couple of different things you can do with the build. For example, if you use the Lightning Dancer aspect, you can also use the Overcharged aspect. The thing is that Overcharged, and you know how it works. Where's Material Smite? It works with Material Smite. There is a couple of variations of the build, mainly I think two. I've posted this build before, it was never fully cooked, it's not fully cooked now, but I will fully cook this build, I promise. I think it has potential. Also, I bought this. It was almost 2 billion gold, which is all the gold I had. So I will make it work. I went on a bit of a spending spree on it, but I saw it and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get it. It's like one of a kind item. It's actually not even that good for damage, honestly, just cool. Like if you do the math on it, it's actually not that good, but it's okay. It's cool. Let's not talk about my spending habits, so that's a bit of a problem. So, Material Smite with Lightning Dancer. Now you can use this to proc Overcharged together. So this is quite interesting. For AoE damage clear. I have to see how that works for bosses, especially because it's proccing Overcharged, right? So like you get a lot of damage from Overcharged. But there are a couple of problems, a couple of bugs that work in our favor. And unfortunately Overcharge isn't bugged in our favor, but Lightning Dancer is. That's why this build is so tricky to make. So Lightning Dancer actually is bugged and it's working with Thunderstruck. So if you skill Thunderstruck very high, you get extra damage of Lightning Dancer, which is great. Also, this works with Bad Omen, also increased damage from Thunderstruck. And this is a lot of damage from Bad Omen. Possibly, Overload is also bugged and do increased damage with Thunderstruck. The Rune Worker Conduit aspect instead, the one that has like a single lightning bolt, it's not bugged with Thunderstruck, it does not work with that. Also, these skills, Bad Omen, is increased by Defiance for some reason. Yes, this passive here somehow is increased by Defiance. It counts as a storm skill. But it does not count for Natural Balance, which is another aspect. Natural Balance gives you crit chance and crit damage to Earth skills. The thing is that when you proc something with Nature's Fury, it counts for both an Earth and a Storm skills. So I have to kind of figure out what counts as a Earth skills for in terms of like passives. If I proc something with an Earth skills that is a Storm skill, does it count as an Earth skill? Have to figure that out, right? But Lightning Storm does scale with Earth damage, so like all those passives here are incredible. You get Fortify. If you see like my Fortify, see it goes up because they count as Earth skills. So we are, like, look at that, I'm not pressing anything, this just goes off on its own for like forever. Like a little bit, I do that a little bit and it goes off. Like that's a lot of like damage for one cast of a skill. So we're gonna have to see whether I do distant damage build also. So now that's gonna be another consideration that I'm gonna have to do. This is gonna be a very expensive build and a lot of playtime to test because I have to plus 12 multiple weapons with different set of stats. Another interesting thing I've discovered, you can see up to 5% chance to restore primary resources, you know? It's supposed to be trash, right? We all know that's trash. With this build, that's all you need. Like, I don't need anything else to maintain full spirit. I do not have T-bolts. I do not have Energize. Like, that's it. Like, I don't need anything else. I have so many procs. The lucky hit chance is insane. Look at Petrify cooldown reduction. And now, look what I'm gonna also add Poison Creeper to the mix. First of all, it keeps resetting so fast. I can pretty much keep my uptime of Petrify. Really cool. Really cool stuff. So I'll have to think about whether I want to do a distant build or a close build. Close build would be with Poison Creeper. I have to see if Subterranean, so this, it's more Landslide, right? But is it more efficient than casting Landslide? I can spam Poison Creeper. But is efficient to do that? Or maybe if I play that distant, because if I play a distant build, I can stay distant. Maybe I have wolves to keep the bosses away from me. But then I see the Lightning Storm are kind of proccing near me. If I'm here, they all proc on the same spot. So I think this is maybe close is better. I go distant. Let's go. We'll look at single target. The boss training dummy. That's multiple bosses. It's not good. Yeah, Lightning Storm are poking near me. Instead, if I'm here, they all proc. So I think it has to be a close build. But as you can see, there's a lot of bugs to discover in this build. Optimizing this build is gonna be a fucking nightmare. But if I can clear 90 with, you know, I don't even have. This ring is distant and damage over time on it. It's like it is what it is. If I can do 90 plus with this, probably 95 already. I'm feeling confident. Like I can maybe get it better than Wind Shear, and I think it could be a very interesting build to play with. Anyway, I'm gonna already show you the planner for a version of a player that already did, I think, 110 with it, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Chinese version with Overcharged and with Lightning Dancer. And you can play that if you want. I will link down below his planner. Meanwhile, I'm gonna keep testing things. It's also possible to play with Aridas, obviously. And Aridas will pull enemies. That's really good. I'm playing also with one hand instead of two hand. I have to test two hands. But one hand gives... So one hand, I'm losing cooldown reduction right now. And I'm getting debilitating roar cooldown reduction and duration on my chest. And pretty much my debilitating roar is permanently up. This makes me able to be melee all the time. So that's something I have to test about it and see what's best for the build. A lot of things to test. And it's definitely a build that plays Shaco, right? And we always wanted to play a Druid with Shaco build, which has been kind of worthless. Godslayer would also work very well for this build. Maybe stronger. But Harlequin Crest finally could have like some use for a Druid build. Getting +4 ranks to all the skills is very good. Maybe playing Tornado aspect, making the tornadoes chase the target might be a big DPS increase. Maybe getting a pair of gloves with ranks to core skills and with Storm Chaser on it, and you play a hybrid Lightning Storm plus Tornado build. That might be better, honestly, than the Ascetic Wraps. It might be troll to play with Ascetic Wraps. So as you can see, I also have to farm gold because 800 million is not gonna be enough to test all the things in this build. Because I have to upgrade them, right, to +12 even, and to compare to like Wind Daddy. It's gonna be a lot of farm, a lot of gold, a lot of items. And yeah, this is gonna be what I am working on next. Meanwhile, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna leave some gameplay from my stream at the end. You can take a look maybe at the end of the video. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Also, yes, one last thing. Spirit on boots. Also, it's what I'm using for this. You can wonder why my spirit is going up. That's really all you need in this build. Literally just spirit on hit and 7 spirit on boots, and that's it. Go time. Looking for other ways to make use of lucky hit chance, seeing how I can abuse lucky hit chance the most. It's a lot of math to do, a lot of testing to do. And unfortunately I do not have a complete build for you if it's the first time. But it's gonna be a long cooking if you want to pass on the stream, see the progress I make every day on the build. That will be fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys on the next one and have a good day.